Good day, paper engineers in training. I've been training now for 15 years, over 20,000 hours build time. Dremelite sanding disc. This is really important. It helps you and it saves you literally hundreds of hours, in my case, thousands of hours of sanding. Now, as you know, I'm working on Michonne's Katana. Okay. Now, I have chromium paint is how I get this to look like steel. But once you have made all of these and got your swords formed, then you have to start forming your blades. Now, one of the things you have to do is you have to have them, I've got them all marked at the right distance. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to start taking these down. Okay, now I probably should have a respirator, but I'm 70 and you know I was raised with not ever doing that, but I don't sand much where there's a lot of dust. Now this, yes, it has a lot of dust. So I should probably get a mask on, and if you're going to do this, please wear a mask. And so anyway, this is what you have to do. You have to start working this down. And so basically this is what you're going to have to do. You work one side down and then you got to work the other side down because you have to make them match up. All right, they have to be... otherwise, it doesn't look right when you put your paint on, because one side is not even with the other side. All right, and that's the thing about making these look right. Okay, now we go to the other side. Uh-oh. Sometimes that happens. If they get too warm, they will come right off. And so, anyway, and you always got to clean this edge. Got to keep this clean. Because if you don't keep it clean, what happens is this may not work. It looks like all the glue come off. Well, we'll see. It probably will not stick on here. And in that case, then I just put another one on. Now, I have three different colors, well, two different colors basically, of paper in here. I've got the dark brown center piece, which is super dense paper, and then I've got the cardstock on the outsides of this. So basically what I'm doing is I am looking to get this taken down to where I can see the dark paper on this leading edge. That means I know that I'm getting it evenly sanded on both sides. So that it looks like a proper blade. And this is delicate work, because if you're not careful, you will break it or sand it too thin, and that won't work either. And so anyway, and I know that I have to go right back to here because I already took and put my my paper, my pencil marks on where the tang should start. And anyway, what you do is you just keep working this down, and making it look proper. All right, it takes some time, but this is one of the more fun things to do, is working with a tool to help yourself get a very nice looking toy. Then what you have to do, you have to see, you have got to work the blades down like this. Okay, now as you can see, this is still curved this way. Well, what that means is I have got to sand this edge down. And you can always cut these, you know, but I find that working it down like this, because this is my straight line up and down this way. So what I have to do is I need to take this bent edge, this part, down more than the rest of it. And so anyway, what happens is once you start working these down, you end up with something like this. Okay, you get this. All right, now what you have to do, I think these are called a suba, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So what I have done is I have sanded this back side. All right, now I take this bronze paint, chromium paint pen, and I paint these. All right, so what is going to happen here is these are going to look like bronze made out of paper, and it's the aesthetics that make your pieces look so good. I think that's the right word. Maybe there's another word for it. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just keep touching them up and making them look better. All right, so now what I have here is this. I marked out with my circle template this part. Yeah, there you go. And so now I take these Fiskars that Joe Pelosi got me, and now we've very tiny nips, okay, very tiny nips of paper. Because the tinier nips you do, the more round this actually looks. And so it's something you learn how to do over time. All right, now I'm going to have to touch that up when I'm done, because now I'm leaving fingerprints on it. Okay, and so we've got this working down just like that. Now there is, I think these are called subas, but I don't know for sure. It's been a long time since I had a samurai sword. The one I had was stolen, which you know, that's the way it goes. Okay, and now this is my little hole punch, and it works really good for punching stuff out. I got it. Where'd that go? Why? It was right here. Oh man, there it is. Doggone it. I wish I'd keep things close by and push that out, because you don't want to get them stuck in there. What happens is you end up with too many pieces of paper down inside your punch, and you can't get them out. And those little holes, those things make really good extra parts for stuff. Like if you want to make stuff look like bolt holes, that's the way to do it. Then I just stick this in here very gently like there, and I just take 4 little nips out of it. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because this has to press down onto the tang. And by putting it down on the tang, this will flare just a little tiny bit. Okay, got that. And now what I do is I take my paintbrush, I get a little bit of water on it, and I just go inside the hole, okay, and put a little water on that paper. Now what that does, that softens the paper, okay. It softens the paper so that when you go to put it on to your handle, it will actually go on the handle without bending it. It'll still bend it a little bit. But what you're doing is there, now you got that Suba on the tang. All right. Now, before I put that all the way on there, we're going to go ahead. Oh, come on off. We're going to go ahead and make sure that this looks like brass. And I do both sides of it because when you wrap your handle, your handles will, you can't, after you wrap your handle, you can't paint these. And so anyway, there, that is done. Now I'm going to look at this. I'm going to add a little bit more to here because I want it to look good. And there is that. Okay, so let's see, lid. Now what I want to do is I want to paint this. Now, something I did yesterday is I rubbed Elmer's glue in this, because what that does is it seals the paper that you've sanded and makes sure all the fluffy stuff lays down, so that when you paint your sword with this paint pen, it actually looks really good. And so, now, what are we doing here? The only thing I have to try and figure out now is I've got to go to a YouTube video on how to wrap your handles, because this handle is painted black, and then you wrap it with a very, I don't think I can get cloth that'll do it. They don't, I don't think, manufacture micro cloth that I'm going to be able to use. So I'm probably going to have to use thread. But I have to figure out how to wrap the handle so that it looks correct. And there. Now, something I do, these little clamps come in handy, and that because that has to set overnight, otherwise it won't be dry enough. You can touch it and it'll smudge. But anyway, there is tutorial number 2 on the Katana. I'm going to find out how to wrap the handles, and that will be probably tutorial number 3. So this is what you have to do. You have to just keep working everything down until it matches each sword, and that will give you that'll give you something to do for a while. And you can make these. You don't have to make them this size. All right, this is 6 inches. You can make them a foot long, 2 feet long, however long you want. You just have to have the boards long enough to be able to clamp it down so that it doesn't warp. Now, my suggestion is, if you're going to build one a foot long, say, you know, you want to use at least 8 to 10 layers of sandwiched paper. All right, now if you use 10 layers of paper, you're going to have to wait 7 to 10 days clamped to suck all the moisture out of it, otherwise it'll warp. All right, everybody, tutorial number 2. Take care, Paper Army. I am moving to Instagram. All right, TPE Mike Novak, all one word, all lowercase. That's my Instagram. I will be there starting November 1st to do eggshell ornaments. I'll hope to see you all then. Take care, Paper Army. I love you a lot. Have a great day.